at STLTV Live. I'm here with Mary Magill and Kathy Garavaglia of Alternative Hospice, a holistic care facility for patients nearing the end of their lives. Welcome, Mary and Kathy.
Thank you for having us.
So, right here in our St. Louis community, Alternative Hospice, and you were the founder, Mary,
yes.
Founder and the director currently of the program, and about 10 years ago you started?
This is our 10th year.
Mm-hmm.
It started with a word and a vision from God that we need to treat the whole person when they are ill, body, mind, spirit. There is a connection. There is a newer science out called psychoneuroimmunology, which also is backing up our belief that we are more than just body when we're getting health care.
So, Mary, do you have a medical background that led you to this type of work?
Yes. I've been a nurse for 48 years. I've done everything from birth to death. Mm-hmm. The last 25 of my 48 years, I have mainly been working with our elders. And one of the greatest things that our elders suffer from today is touch deficit. And we're talking the nurture. They get their basic needs met, but they're not getting the nurture, the eye contact, the smiles, good morning.
So I imagine all your years working as a nurse, you saw probably firsthand how this whole holistic approach heals and helps.
It actually started with my first birth.
Okay.
I was one of those mothers who did not want her child taken away from her. We're supposed to be the superior of the species, and nobody else does it, and I wanted my babies to stay with me, and it escalated from there.
Okay, so how is the Alternative Hospice program different from other hospice services in the area?
Well, we integrate complementary therapies with conventional medicine, so they're still getting all of their traditional medicine, but where it leaves off, we come in with the complementary therapies as well, and it's for all of our patients. We offer it also to the caregiver of that patient. And I took it a step further and did it for all of our staff. You can't go out in the field and be the best you can be if you're carrying baggage around.
Exactly. And Kathy, you are a staff member and can probably speak firsthand to this.
Yes, absolutely. And, as Mary said, that is really what sets us apart, really not only for our clinical staff, but for our complementary staff as well as our volunteers, that we can offer alternative, just like what our name is, therapies that we really feel just add tremendously to end-of-life care and for that transition, really not only for our patients, but for the caregivers and for the families. We treat really everybody connected with the loved one that's beginning the journey.
Yeah, and it is a family treatment. The family is so involved with that end of life. How long are your patients typically in hospice?
Well, when the physician says that if what is happening today continues on its demise, we're probably looking at a 6-month window. We're not God. Some go before we think they should, others go after, but...
So you're there with them. If it's extended,
yes,
then you stay and
yes,
provide the services. How often do you all typically visit your patients?
Well, we have a team. You should know that. We have a medical director, we have nurses, we have aides, we have social workers, we have chaplains, we have LMTs, your massage therapists, and volunteers. So our nurses usually go twice a week. Our aides go twice a week, and then the rest of them fill in. And it's our goal to see that we are seeing them 4 days a week.
Okay, and Kathy, you're in charge of the volunteers, and you were a volunteer at one point.
Yes.
That's how you started.
Right.
So a volunteer is typically spending, what, a day a week?
Well, you know what? It depends on the volunteer, because we have volunteers that really have all kinds of time constraints. So really, whatever the volunteer would like to give us, some volunteers say I can go once a week. Some say I can go once a month. We are really open to just whatever, we are so grateful for all our volunteers, and we are thankful for whatever time they can give us. And say, for instance, we have a volunteer that really, has another job or whatever, and they said, I can go once a month. And then we have another volunteer that could perhaps go once a week. And depending on our patients, which we evaluate each one of them as far as their needs, not only from a clinical, but from, volunteer or whatever they need, we might assign 2 volunteers to a patient. Because if one can only see once a month, then we'll follow up. And it's really just different in every situation.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, we're going to talk more about how people can learn and become a part of the services that you provide to the city. Stay tuned to STLTV Live to hear more about alternative hospice and their holistic care. We'll be right back.